Well, welcome to Brush Cleaning 101. I'm Karen Harima and I blog about style and beauty at stylebyKaren.com. I'm also an ambassador with Ever Skincare, which kind of brings up the whole thing of makeup and brushes and cleaning. So, if you are part of my private Facebook group, Ageless Style and Beauty by Karen, all week we've been talking about in a workshop tossing the toxins. The first session was about what's in your beauty products, and then followed by your household cleaning products. And one of the things that came out in the beauty products session was really getting, not just looking at clean ingredients, that's super important, it's kind of the main thing, but also really how we started was getting rid of old products, things that were expired, things that were discolored and so forth. But one of the things that I brought out was you could actually have a palette, an eye palette or a cheek palette with clean ingredients and have it for years. But keeping your brushes clean and free of bacteria is key because bacteria either in your brushes or in old product will cause irritations on your skin. So it's just that simple. However, cleaning your brushes once a week, which is recommended, can be, yeah, who does it, right? I even read in one article where Bobbi Brown, who we know so well as a makeup artist, said if you are using your brushes for powder, like an eye shadow or a blush, you could definitely do every other week. So there are dozens of articles, there's YouTube videos, there is myriads of brush cleaners on the market. But I wanted to really simplify it for you and make it super easy. You can go to Amazon and you can get an actual brush cleaner, but I did read some reviews there where, just putting the brushes in, getting them in the right slots or whatever it happens to be was more time consuming. So one of my friends told me about this little mat that she found at Target, and I found mine on Amazon, and it fits at the bottom just in your sink, and it has the little suction cups. But how this works is the different textures on it really help you get into the brush, so the brush will have more traction on these textures, which is going to help the cleaning process. So I am going to actually attach that, and I will show you a little bit better later on. But now, what do we use to actually clean the brushes? So some of you may have used a liquid dish soap, and the one thing is, it was antibacterial because, right, that'll fight the bacteria. But what we learned in things about our household cleaners, the session, was not to use antibacterial. And so I delved a little bit further. So shampoo, again, as long as it's clean ingredients, because shampoo fights any grease and oil in our hair, so it's going to help clean your brushes. But what I also found was Castile soap, and that's in the same ingredient needed for some of the recipes that I posted about, or to make your own household cleaners, and so inexpensive. Look at what you get for this, and you don't need much at all. And then really the third thing was to use any cleanser that you're using, which especially fights oils. So, and if it's safe to use on your face, and then you would be fine using it on your brushes as well. So I'm going to use, I have a little tube of our Rebalance cleanser from Ever, which is the cleanser for oily skin anyway. So the other thing to remember is to put the product in the palm of your hand versus on the brush. Every time that you hold the brush upside down, there is a chance that that liquid can start eating away at the glue which holds the bristles in the brush. So you always want to have down, and even when you're drying, you want to make sure that they're flat and not in a container. Don't set them upright in the container because the water will drain down. That's not good for them. The other thing to consider is whether you have natural hair brushes or whether you have synthetic brushes. And so again, it was cautioned if you have natural hair brushes not to use a liquid like an antibacterial cleaner at all on those, because that can be damaging to the brushes over time. And then also really synthetic brushes overall would help really stand the test of time. They last longer, they clean up better. So we have actually 5 makeup brushes. So these 3 are for the face, this blush brush. Actually, this is the blush brush, but this is the fan shape brush. They have such unique designs, and this, I always tell everyone, if you only need one, go with this one because it really shimmies into the hairline for your bronzer, and it also can be a fantastic blush brush as well. And then we have 2 face brushes, and I really like this one the best because it's smaller. So I actually put on my tinted moisturizer with my fingertips and rub it in, but then when it comes time to using any concealer, or if I want to get in the corner of my eye, this fits so much better right around that eye area, and so I use this one almost all the time. A lot of women like this one. Put a couple little drops of your foundation or your tinted moisturizer, and just remember downward strokes. Okay, so now we're going to clean. And so the first thing I'll do is put this in the palm of my hand. I might even put a little bit right on the mat. The key is really getting that stuck, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn the camera in just a second so that you can see better. But we are going to take some of these brushes and you can start seeing what happens. Okay, now let me get the camera so that you can see this actual mat and how this works. So I have like the eyeshadow one, and that just really, again, when I'm holding that, if I had one other free hand, there's different textures too. And again, you got to make sure that it's really stuck down, which I probably didn't do. So you can see the product come out so much more easily, and I feel like this is way more effective than just swishing it around in my hand, because I would do that for a while and then seemed like, especially any foundation or tinted moisturizer, it took a while for that to really get completely clear. One thing you could do after you feel like you've really done some good scrubbing on the mat is to take a cotton round and then our beauty water and just kind of put that on there and just wipe that off. So I feel like I got this one pretty clean, and so that there's nothing left on that. I did this one earlier in another take of the video before all of a sudden I got a message that my storage was full, so the video stopped. Anyway, hopefully that helps. Again, I will post some links for the Castile soap and for the little mat. Super inexpensive. I mean, under $10, I believe. So, and really easy to do, and will make your brush cleaning, I think, so much easier. So, thank you for watching, and again, let me know if you have any questions.